not sure who that was.
Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today I have myself,
Welcome back, Coop.
Captain Coop.
Captain
and our
Coop, sorry.
Lovely local talent, Major McFarland. Thanks guys, we appreciate you joining us today.
Well, let me start off by it's good to have you back, buddy.
Thank you.
I will brag on Coop's nerdiness. I came in here and expected him to see like his firstborn just slain on the
I
table with
absolutely
all
did.
his cords and everything, and he goes, "It's fixed." And I was like, "Yeah, you would fix it in like 5 seconds," which he did.
I walked in and I looked down and I was like, oh. Suzanne, thanks for joining us. Charles, how's it going? Welcome. Heather, thanks for joining us. Mark, there you are. I can't leave us. I didn't have a choice. So I'm not going to go into detail of why I went missing.
Doing well, Charles.
I will say I had a family emergency, and that's actually all the detail you guys are going to get. For those of you who do know, thank you for everything. I do want to send out a special thanks to everybody for the team who was here, who stepped up and threw me out of the office for me to handle what I got to handle, and kind of took over the reins and helped with the podcast and normal day-to-day stuff. So I do want to send out that thank you to all of them because I would not have been able to focus on what I needed to focus on without them. So I appreciate you guys.
Of course, man. It's good to have you back. I can't take really any credit for that. I just made sure this kept going. I know how important it is to you.
Gary, thanks for joining us. Justin, welcome. So I didn't really have a plan. I kind of came into this expecting some disaster.
Frankenstein.
And it wasn't as bad as they made it sound. But it was butchered a little bit. So I really didn't have a plan for today other than to just pop in and say hey.
Yeah.
Do a little Not Shop talk.
I wish that's kind of why we do the Not Shop talk is because I like to think we're funny. I mean, we are at times.
We have our moments.
But that's usually when the funniest shit happens is when we're not on and we're getting prepped and getting ready or whatever. And credit to Coop, it doesn't take very long, a few minutes and he's ready to go. But last week,
it is much more streamlined now than it was when we first started this. When we first started, it was a process.
I was over here having to get the generator. No, I'm just kidding. But last week was a disaster. We had cords everywhere. And credit to Mike. Mike
made it work.
Triaged what would be like a computer from the 1960s and made it work somehow. The best analogy I could give.
I will say
got us to the moon.
For what it was and the disaster that was here, it didn't look as bad as I was expecting, and it worked really well. So
that's right, Justin. Phenomenal.
It's not the same without the phenomenal Coop. Thanks, Justin.
But yeah, so we were in here. I mean, we started at like 2:30, 2:40 last week, I think, around there. I'm sure somebody can call me out on that, but it was a 30 minutes of that's not turning on. This isn't. Have you turned it on and off again? And me making a lot of really stupid, there's no blinker fluid in it or something, or we need to run the diagnostic for that, and they're like, just shut up. And I'm like, no, I'm going to continue to do it as they're getting frustrated because they're not knowing how to fix it. And Coop was helping us on the phone, and Brown, as nerdy as he is sitting over there just laughing because I kept making. I was like, yeah, that needs a Section 6 diagnostic, duh. And they're just like, stop. It's like, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to continue to annoy you. But no, we somehow made it work last week, and he's got it back to go this week. So we're in just the kind of, hey, catch up. Coop's getting reacclimated. So
I walked over to Mike, and I was like, just wanted to let you know, I fixed it in about 5 seconds. And he goes, what? I was like, I don't know.
Just the inner nerd rage when someone can do something better than another nerd or has something. Because usually the nerds are so genius, they overthink things or they'll think past a step. And sometimes it's that simple. That's why I come in handy because I'll be like, have you plugged it in? And they're like, yes, I have. Oh, wait a minute. No, I haven't. And
dude, I've actually done that before to where I've gotten mad. I have a friend who's he's like Mike, super smart, real tech guy. And that's the computers is where he lives. And it's actually what he does for a living is computer stuff. And I called him one time and I was like, dude, I can't get this to work. It's not, I've got this done. I did this and I put this in right. And the first words out of his mouth, he goes, did you plug it in?
Yeah.
And I go, it doesn't need.
Wait a minute.
And I look down and there's an extra cable sitting there. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And he goes, yeah.
What's up, Betty? Yeah, that's where I come in handy because you guys are so far down. You guys are working 25 miles down the road where I'm still at home base. And I'm like, is it turned on? Have you tried plugging it in? Is the power cord turned on? And you'd be surprised. You guys are just like, well, of course. Oh, wait a minute. No,
Wait,
it's
oh,
not.
man,
No,
I don't want
we-
to talk about
yeah.
it anymore.
Or you're just so far ahead that sometimes it helps to have someone dumb like me, because that's where I'll start. I have to start at the very beginning, and then I can get about 3 steps in, and I'm like, now I got to call one of you guys in, because I've gotten past the, is it on? Is it plugged in? Is it making a noise?
That's
And-
my favorite.
And
I've
then
always-
once
does
it's
it make a
there,
noise?
that's where I'm out. So I do pretty good. I actually hooked up. This was about a year ago, but that was the latest tech thing I did. I hooked up my old Super Nintendo, and that's got the old like AV hookup or whatever it's called. So you got like screwed into the back. And I forgot how hard Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, the
It's-
old purple and
yeah.
gray machine.
Yeah.
We were going through. It was 2 years ago. It was when I just bought my house.
It's not hard.
It's not. It's not. But well, dude, nowadays it is, because none of the TVs have those hookups.
Well, you
All
just
the new
buy an
TVs are all
adapter.
HDMI. Yeah, I know, but I didn't have that. I had to like hook it into like my cable.
Walmart.
I was. It was the in the spirit of the moment. It was just like, oh, because we were moving. So this is 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was right before I bought my house. We were going through my old house and packaging up all our shit. And I happened to come across this old closet that had old retro gaming stuff in it. And
dude.
yeah, I wish I found my old Dreamcast. I've been jonesing to play some Dreamcast, but I was going through and I found it, and it had like the old Super Mario, the old Mario Party, or not Mario Party, but Mario Kart. And I hooked it up, and I finally got it to work after like 3 hours of like turning it on and off and like trying to get the things hooked up right. I finally just screwed it into like where the antenna would be.
The what?
The antenna. Yeah, there's an actual hookup for an antenna on the TV.
For the what?
The antenna? Was that how you say it? Antenna? Antenna? How do you say it? How do you say it, Coop? Now you got me self-conscious about how I say antenna. What is
It's
it?
just it's the
The thought of an
the
antenna?
inflection.
Oh, antenna?
It's because how you say it. My ex used to say it the same way, and I gave her a hard time about it all the time.
How do you say it?
Antenna?
Antenna.
Yeah.
Oh, so I shouldn't say an?
You're saying antenna?
Is it Caribbean or
No,
Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Thank you. That's what I said. Caribbean just sounds weird.
But
the
it's just
Caribbean.
it's not wrong
do
either
you say pillow?
pronunciation. Huh?
How do you say pillow?
Pillow, sleep aid.
Pillow?
Sleep-
Pillow.
sleep
Sleep
aid.
aid. Some people pillow. I say mom. Mom.
Mom,
Wash. You say washcloth or washcloth?
washcloth. Mm-hmm. My stepdad
I
says
come from
washcloth.
I come from a family of wash. Put it in the washer.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's how my stepdad
Wanna
says
play
it. The
washers?
washer. And I was like, what?
Weird.
But no, it's just the inflection. My ex used to do it, and I used to give her a hard time
I was
for
like,
it.
am I saying it wrong?
No, it's
so
just
the
funny.
antenna hookup worked, and it finally came on. It has like that ding, 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 and I was just like, it was literally like being a little kid. It took me down memory, which was weird. I think I've said this on here before, but there was old saves from me and my brother used
Yeah.
to play. And so, like, you know, he's not here, so it was just kind of cool. Like, this is the last time him and I played this together. It was a really cool thing.
I had a racing game. I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah, the Ghost.
yeah, the
we have
Ghost.
this is deja vu. We have
We had talked about
this,
that. Yeah. But I
Weird.
have a game that actually a save that still has that ghost on there, and I refuse to beat the ghost because of who
Yeah.
was racing it.
Yep.
I can beat the ghost now.
Of
but
course
I-
you can. Of course you
Years
can,
of
nerd.
practice. I
It's
just
not because I don't want to.
I
I can't. It's
refuse to
because I don't want
do
to.
it.
November 1 is around
November
the
1 is
corner.
right around the corner.
Yes, sir. We tried rebooting it.
Yes, they tried rebooting it. At least they said
Titan
they did.
Christmas Party. We don't have we don't have info for the Titan Christmas Party yet. It is coming up. It's going to be in 2 different dates and times, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know more than I do.
No.
We will have further developments on that. It's coming up. And it's going to be more suitable for people on different shifts. So everybody should be able to attend at least one of them. I believe, please don't
Don't quote
kill
him.
me if I am wrong. I believe it's actually, where's
Hey,
Mr.
Devin.
Potter? Mr. Potter, go ahead and throw the date, or maybe he doesn't want the dates out yet. I believe it's the first week of December. I believe that. But I could be completely wrong, so please. But if you were to follow your gut, which I have to do or have a tendency to do, to this grocery store, get it. No, fast food. That was a really bad joke.
That was. You've had some bad ones, but that one was just.
If I follow my gut to the date, it's the first week of Sub Devin. It's the first week
if I
of,
remember correctly, they were doing the 2 different dates on it, so that way
Yes.
more people could attend. Because in the past we've
I
done
apologize.
where it's like a 12 or a 16-hour long party, and the people who are throwing it, who organize it, who've got to stay the entire time
Yeah,
by
are
the end of it,
smoked.
are smoked, and they just don't want it. So we've done. I think they did it and they split it so that way
Yeah.
it was easier on everybody.
and that way other
I
people
don't have
can
enough.
get to it.
I don't have enough detail to,
Yeah.
to say, hey, that's 100% what they're doing.
I want to say like the 1st and the 7th, but or the 5th and the 6th, or I don't know. It's 2 different dates. I know that at least the last time we checked. It's still in development, but it is happening. We had to take a year or 2 off because of of the coronavirus, and I know people got like the neck gaiters and some candy, and like I think it was cups or something. I don't remember, but no, we will be having a Christmas party. We like to do that to get everybody to come together.
Wasn't it the
thermoses?
the Titan ones?
The white ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put them in the dishwasher.
No.
They shed.
Real quick.
Sheds everything. But,
Real quick.
But yeah, no, that should be. Well, let's make a note to make sure we get details on that for next podcast
Okay.
if we have them. Mr. Potter's not watching, which is really disappointing.
I think he's in a meeting.
You stop everything you're doing for the title.
That's what I told him.
It's a necessity. But it's good to have Coop back. The weather kind of. I mean, it's nice. It's windy and it's nice, but it's supposed to heat up a little bit. So we had to turn the AC back on, which I don't like to do because I'm cheap.
Where I was, it was cold in the mornings, but it got to be like really nice throughout the day.
I bet it would be cold in the mornings. Yeah, all that
It was
desert.
like 30 degrees.
But yeah,
Beautiful.
um,
I mean, that's the one thing I actually miss about the desert is the mornings are like 30
chilly
degrees,
mornings,
40 degrees, and so it kind of sets you up for a really nice day.
Yeah.
So when
And
you
then
get
it
to
gets
that
hot.
75, 80 degrees, well, like right now in this season, you'll get like really cold mornings, but your day will be like 75 or 80, so it winds up being a real beautiful day. And then in the summer, yeah, you're like 40 degrees in the morning, and
Oh,
then it's
yeah.
110 in the day.
yeah, and there's a few weeks of the year on either end of spring and fall here where it's the same way, where you're starting off the day. More specifically, the spring. I remember in landscape, you start off with a hoodie, and welcome home, Sam Rope, Omaha. Nice, Beatty. Good
Awesome.
man. You deserve that. Thank you for doing what you do, buddy.
Yeah.
But the morning you start off, it's like really crispy,
Yeah.
like frost on the turf. Where like when I was running a mowing crew, you couldn't even touch it because you bend the blade, you crack it and kill the grass. So you have to wait for it to warm up, and then by noon you had to strip off your hoodie and your undershirt, and you're on like your t-shirt
Yep.
because it got so hot. So those days I don't miss. But no, I do enjoy the nice cool mornings. Saturday morning, so my mom's been staying with us. My sister just had a baby, so I just became an uncle. Round of applause. Yes, cute little. She hasn't like announced it, so if those of you know my sister, don't say anything. So they just have. She's so
If you're
exhausted.
watching this, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I love the fact that we get to see the baby a lot and spend time with it. But him, I'm glad I can hand him back over. And so, well, it hasn't decided. No, I'm not even gonna go.
Shut
there.
up.
I'm not even gonna go there. No, he's a beautiful baby
There's
boy.
the mute. No,
And yeah, so I've been spending time with him. And anyway, the reason for that shameless plug of being an uncle, which it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, is we had some family over to spend time to see the baby, and we all kind of sat on the porch and I'm not a big coffee drinker, but when it's cold, it's a little more desirable. Yeah, and so I had a nice PSL.
A what?
PSL, dude, pumpkin spice.
Oh,
latte.
God.
Just kidding.
Why
it
did I
was
ask?
regular coffee. My wife has the pumpkin spice creamer, which does not taste near as good as like.
Yes,
the
Suzanne, I
store-bought.
know you missed me too, and I know it's the same. I'm sorry for giving you such a hard time about it.
But yeah, so no, we were sitting out there in the morning. It was nice and cool, and it was a fantastic start to the day. So, and then I started doing reports. So
That's always a good way to ruin a morning.
yeah, I can. Just long. A lot of people don't know how to spell. No, I'm just kidding. You guys, majority of you guys do a good job. Just reread your report. It's a little bit of work talk. When you're submitting a report, please, if you use talk to text, go back through.
I hate talk to text.
I do too. I've written thousands of reports in my career. Never once have I used talk to text. Just go back through.
I just hate it in general, though.
Yeah, it's annoying. But go back through and proofread. You know, just proofread. It's so much as just a comma, and I'm not even so much worried about commas, but just, past tense, present tense, if you're going back and forth, if anybody feels like they need help with report writing, reach out to the lieutenants.
Yeah.
And if there's just one of you, I'll have you come in and I will one-on-one with you for an hour and go over, and we'll have the chief who's written thousands of more reports than me.
His report writing makes us look like
Yeah.
children at it.
Yeah. And so he and I will sit down with you and go over that.
If we get enough of you guys that really
And
want
that's what I'm
that,
saying.
we
If
could
it's not-
probably put a class together
And,
for it.
Yep, that was my next point. Is if there's enough of you that reach out, then we'll just do a class, and we'll provide snacks, have you guys come in, because it just makes everybody's lives easier when you guys are able to do that part of your job better. The last thing we want is for you guys to feel like, well, I'm not good at dictation. I can't write well. then we will help you. We're happy to help you. Please don't feel
Excuse
like
me.
you're on your own on that. So, yeah, I'm kind of.
Oh, dude.
It's the allergies. It's that time of
It's
year.
everything.
You've had our windows open because the weather's nice, and so all the dust and crap from I'm surrounded by woods, so I get all the crap. And my Golden Gate doesn't stop all of it. So I knew it was coming, so I just beat you to it.
Damn.
My Golden Gate did not absorb all the dust somehow. But Mr. Potter's not here to continue
He's
to
over
rub it
here,
in.
huh?
I'm going to take a picture of my gate. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have one on here.
I give him such a hard time about that. He really doesn't have a gold gate.
That's right, Beatty. And the snacks won't be as good as the ones you're used to, because I've had some of the snacks that you're used to, and they're phenomenal, but they are store-bought good snacks. So,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with store-bought good snacks.
Yeah, Suzanne George can bring cookies. She does make good cookies. I've had her cookies before.
She does.
Let me see if I can find that picture.
She's earned forgiveness with cookies before.
That's right.
I'm a fat kid at heart. I will openly say that I've my forgiveness has been bought in the past by cookies.
That's right.
But no, yeah, I don't know when it comes to like something like that. When it comes to homemade versus store, I think there are some things that are better that are homemade.
Oh, of course.
But at the same time,
95% of it is, in my opinion.
Well, it depends. It really does.
Well, it depends on what you want, I guess.
Yeah. Desserts, homemade dessert is always
Yeah.
better than a store bought.
Yeah, and I'm a candy guy or sweets, but like when it comes to that, if it's
Not
like
anymore.
a bakery, it has to be like homemade. I'm trying to find my stupid gate on here. Entertain them while I find my not golden gate. So I can
well, yeah,
prove it
because
to
I'm
you
good at
guys.
entertain. Let's see. Made some homemade cookies. I'll have her bake some stuff for the office next week. Ooh, that's not fair. I'm trying to lose weight, Beatty.
Here's part of my fence.
Every time
Can't really see it.
every time you bring something homemade from her,
Zoom
I
in,
gain
folks.
weight.
You can see my fence.
Zoom in.
It is.
I can't.
it
It's
is
the one thing I
normal.
can't do from
It's
here.
a
Zoom
normal
in.
fence. I mean, it's a little. It's not like it's not a
It's-
wooden fence. But it's a metal fence.
He painted over it. It's
Yeah.
actually cool.
Yeah, just for this picture that I just pulled out of here. Aha! Here's my gate.
All right, Gary. I'll throw that up.
There's my gate with construction happening in front of it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Try to zoom in there. It's a normal gate. It has a big sun in the middle of it for decoration. But that's where I drive in and out of my property. There it is. You guys have seen it. The myth has been debunked.
Supposedly.
Possibly. So, but yeah. It is store-bought versus homemade. Dude, come on. I mean, you have to have more context. Like, I grew up very spoiled.
So
My mother was a stay-at-home mom. I had
We'll do
4
this.
siblings.
So
So we
homemade
had
one word?
homemade, I believe so, or maybe a hyphen. Homemade
No.
meals every day.
We're gonna go with one word. And if I get wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be that upset.
So we'll do homemade. We'll do this for desserts. For desserts or like
All homemade.
Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe
like
Cheesecake
pies,
Factory.
cheesecake, stuff like that. Is that would you rather have homemade or store bought? We'll do that. So homemade for desserts. Is it homemade or store bought?
67%. Ooh,
75, 80.
75.
Oh, we got a
Back to
75.
67.
It's floating. It's
Homemade's
floating.
always better. Yes, I agree
I don't
with
know. I
George.
prefer if I can. I don't think I can vote.
I can't think of a store-bought thing that I like that's not really like specific. Like when it comes to ice cream, but even then,
No, homemade ice
I
cream.
used to
I
make
think homemade
homemade
ice-
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, way
and
better.
You like do it with the ice and the salt, and it tastes a little salty. Even it's fantastic.
oh yeah, way better.
The vanilla, and
Yep.
all, yeah, way better. But I was like, Bluebell's really good ice cream, which I never get. Which I should.
I will say I have a preferred like if I have to choose between store like if I have to choose between a brand of store bought, there's a brand I prefer. But if I have to choose between homemade or store bought, then
Yeah,
I'm going
but-
to choose homemade. At least for desserts.
Mine's I'd say almost across the board. I can't think of anything that I'm like, ooh, I'd rather have the store bought. Maybe like ramen noodles, but I don't even
No.
know how you would make homemade. ramen.
Homemade's way better. I've made homemade.
See, that's the thing. I've
noodles.
never had it, so it's hard for me to say.
It's
I kind of like the
pain in the
dirty
butt to make 'em.
sodium. Yeah, so I'd rather just put the noodles from a packet.
Well, if you make them right, you can
Except
make
for
like
shrimp, whoever that was, it was it 9400. The guy 9400. They
the
absolutely
shrimp
hated-
ramen.
Or there was
That
like
was-
shrimp. Ugh.
He hasn't been here in a minute. Unfortunately, he's dealing with some family stuff where he's at as well.
Gotcha. But, yeah, no, I think homemade me hands down across the board.
At a
Especially when you
71
have-
to 29
yeah,
homemade
like,
one.
The other side of my family's Sicilian and Italian. Like that's all they do when like
Tippin,
this is gonna
Tippins,
sound
really for ice cream? Tippins
Ew,
for the win?
gross. No,
Ah, Bluebell.
Tippins is a pie.
No, it's not. They make ice cream. They make the little ice cream balls. They're okay. I mean, they're good.
That's Dippin' Dots.
Is it?
I like Dippin' Dots. That might be the one thing that I think you probably can't make unless you have like was it or nitrous oxide. You need like
Nitrous oxide? No, you
no
mean
what's it called? Nitroglycerin?
No. I know what you're talking about. You're talking like the dry ice. The liquid nitrogen.
Yes, liquid nitrogen.
Jeez, that took a second.
My buddy's dad was a doctor. We used to go to his practice all the time and he had
I
a
don't think
liquid
you want to
nitrogen
talk.
tank.
I don't think you want to say
We
the
used to
rest of
spray
this.
that. We used to spray that stuff out on the counter. He's like, you know how much that is per like whatever like,
Liter.
Yeah. They're like, no, we don't know. You're a doctor. You're rich. It's fine.
What kind of doctor? Dentist?
He was just a primary care physician.
Oh, okay, let's say dentist.
So he would do. No, dentists aren't near as much. He used to do. He was my primary care, but they would freeze warts off with that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you had like a wart on your body, they would take the
Freeze it and
nitrous,
cut it off.
whatever, and
Yeah.
you would just freeze it for so long, and it would literally like turn black and blue and fall off, and then hopefully it didn't come back.
Really?
It's great. Yeah, my
Never
buddy
done
used
it.
to get him on his ankles. It was kind of gross. That's a weird story we got there.
That's really
Rabbit
weird.
hole we went down.
Anyway, so it looks like homemade
ankle
one.
warts. Ankle warts.
Let's go back to food. I like that better.
Yeah. Ankle
So
warts
homemade one with a
and Dippin' Dots.
71%.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Dippin' Dots is the only thing I don't think I've ever had. No, I know I've never had it homemade.
How about
I've
this?
had some
Pretzels.
off-brands.
It's random, not dessert wise, but pretzels,
no,
homemade
like
or
bakery. Yeah, I've tried to make them homemade in the air fryer. It's hard. You have to have like this egg wash, and then you have to have like this baking soda or this
peroxide water.
peroxide
Yeah,
water
or
wash.
baking soda
yeah,
water
it's
or
baking soda water. You wash them, and then you have to give them that good crispy but gooey texture. It's not easy to do. No. And then the
one-
nacho cheese isn't the same.
No,
Because you don't have like a stock pot of it.
I think the homemade nacho cheese is better though.
I like homemade nachos, like in the broiler. Like that's really good. Or air fryer. Everything can go in an air fryer.
Air fry. Oh, air fry everything.
They've almost resurrected old fries. Almost. Like they get pretty close, but you're still like these are
It
gross.
depends on the fry.
Good point. If they're real thick,
Because if
they
it's
don't do
McDonald's
it,
fries,
yeah.
you can't resurrect those. Once
No,
those
the packing
once those go
peanuts,
cold, yeah, they died.
They're disgusting.
They don't give me no.
You know what?
Fresh, they're
Do
great.
you know what? Yeah, of course they are fresh. Do you know what Brown does with his leftover fries?
Yeah, I saw
He
them.
put them in the freezer
I know.
along with his
I'm
skin
just a-
suits
I'm just as no.
and the masks
No.
of his victims.
No,
Skin
we're
masks.
not. No. Where's my mute button?
Puts his thing on.
Just
Fava beat.
shut up.
A nice Chianti. You had to do it. You had to have the power. You had to have the power to
You
take away
can't-
my
no,
voice.
you can't do that.
No, this is America. You can't take away my voice. I can talk loud enough or I'll pick up on your mic.
I'll shut them both off.
Well, that doesn't do us any good. We're on a show about talking.
Just know that if both mics cut off, it's his fault.
That's 100% his fault. He has the power to turn them off and on. I would never take away his freedom of speech, even though I don't think
taking
I've
away
ever
your
dropped the F-bomb. I think you have.
No, I got close.
You stopped yourself.
I stopped myself, but I got close.
I thought you said it one time.
No.
We just kept going like we
No.
drove through a red light. It's just like, what?
No, I got close.
Knock
It
on
was,
the
I
ceiling
went
and-
because I got to the.
I got the pho
yeah,
one time,
that's what
but
I'm
I
saying.
thought you actually dropped it. In a,
because that's what I did. Is I got the
Are you
pho
sure?
and then I stopped myself. Yeah.
off the record, I think you did.
No, I never have. Please, nobody go back and look. If I did,
I was gonna say, there's someone, one of our 8 viewers, just like, I saw him do it. I seen it.
all right. Let's see for weather.
Tippins is gross, bro. Sounds like poison. Tippins is like I thought that was a pie company.
I don't know.
Tippins Pie.
I don't know.
Little Debbie just started making ice cream apparently, and it's like, because they have like, they have the oatmeal cream pie.
Yeah.
That's apparently an ice cream flavor, which kind of
What?
freaks me out. Yeah, they're just the little pints.
Yeah. Really?
I think Mike told me in this podcast. Yeah, that's where
That's
I got
why I
that
don't
random
know.
nugget of knowledge. If it's about food, it's probably been shared
It's about
on this podcast.
Oh, we're looking. Oh, thanks.
That's a lot of boring talk from us to look through.
So just over a year's worth of podcasts.
Yeah, when did we start again? It was like April or June or
No,
July.
it was, July.
July. What's after July? September, October. So yeah, we're 2 months.
Because I
14 months we've been doing this.
I went back through. I didn't watch the podcast, but I went back through just to see like episode 1 versus now.
Have we hit our 100th episode then?
No,
Well, we do 2 a week though. It's 52 weeks a year.
have we?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is there a way to look?
Yeah.
I think
can look on
we
there.
need to have a milestone. We'll have Ryan on and drink some adult beverages, and Leon, like we did. What did we have them on for? End of the year?
It was an end of the year thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, or start of the new year.
I thought it was something. I thought it was something different. Anyway,
Let's see.
um,
oh wow, yeah, 130. Never mind.
any shout outs, Gary? I'll give you a shout out for
130.
holding it down like you always do. Corporal Gibson.
We got 130 of them, and our first podcast. Come on, I got to scroll. Give me a second.
Day
here.
in the life of officers and we've kind of done that, Justin.
August 15th.
So it wasn't July.
It was August 15th.
Was our 100th?
No, it was our first one. August 15th, 2022.
What? No, I thought we were doing the middle of July. Are you positive? Mm-hmm. You're 100% sure. Okay.
That's what it
I
says.
believe you. I believe you.
I did too, but I just looked
Maybe
it
to
up.
erase some of our old ones. Get more social media presence.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, to kind
Because
of.
we're on Titan Protections on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, you'll see my ugly mug on all of them. You'll see
You and
Coop
Ortiz, too.
as a dispatcher.
Yeah.
He's like, look at computer. Get the bad guys.
Doing my nerd thing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll check that out. Denver Metro Security. That's Coop's homework. He's the one that looks at all that and sets stuff up. I just come in here and talk about it.
Okay, I'll look.
I mean, I guess I could help.
No,
I would,
that's a bad idea.
The good thing about being like a human golden retriever is I get in the way
All the
trying to help.
time.
I'm good at like holding doors, carrying heavy things, helping old ladies cross the street. I had one the other day. I was
If you need him to sit on somebody, he's great at that.
yes, I can put somebody on the ground if I need to. Nicely.
That is. I would love to have Tom on here. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Never gonna
Not
happen.
not willingly. Not willingly. Yeah, he would be.
We would both be dead.
We could ask him. He's going to say
I already
no.
did.
Yeah. I broached it with him one time. And He
Yeah.
was just like, I can't believe you do that.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He goes, he looked at me and he
I
goes,
was like,
"You've been
Coop makes
disowned."
me do it at gunpoint every day.
And he told me I was disowned.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm sorry, I take it back.
Yeah. We could do some of that, Justin. The part of that is just liability. We run into, and we play it safe. Not saying this Denver Metro company doesn't, but there's a lot of security entities out there that kind of flirt with the law, essentially, with doing things legally or just towing the line of kind of copyright infringement, things like that, or defamation of character. We just have to be very careful. And that's
Well, there's also
As
other
we've talked about
there's other
previously.
considerations that come in along with permits and stuff like that you need. And
you can't just go take video of people on the street in the capacity of a company. Now, if you want to do it on your own, yes, you can to an extent until you're on private property, things
Right.
like that. But we do not. It's not like me putting on a GoPro and just walking around downtown Kansas City, which is perfectly legal to an extent. So
yeah.
part of what I do here is try to limit loss. Yeah, I would, like an extension of HR.
Joe,
if
to
you
answer your question, yes, hydration does start the day before. You're beating me to my punchline. But yes, hydration actually does start the day before. If you start trying to hydrate the day of, you're just
thanks,
going
Justin.
to get yourself sick.
will. I just can't talk about anything business related, so that it wouldn't be very fun. But it's something we could look at. The owner of the company is always into kind of branding and getting ahead of the curve when it comes to trends like that. There was a short that we did with the Top Gun theme that they had me do, where I'm like getting ready to get on.
My favorite
on
short
duty
we've
and-
ever done was the car.
That's the one I did.
No, the car, the
after-
totaled car.
Yeah,
that's my
because it was the
favorite one.
song.
Yeah.
It was like Go Fast or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
can't remember what the song was, but that is my
Yeah.
favorite short we've ever done.
Mine got a little bit of traffic. The Top
Yours
Gun
was
one.
funny.
It was, and then the comments were the funniest.
The
part.
comments were the
Very
best.
good.
The absolute
I probably to where I
best.
can't really talk about them on here. there was some really colorful
Some
comments.
good ones.
That's like, geez, man, I don't even know you. I'm just an average guy.
So we're getting the weather here.
Yeah, 305 for sure, dude. I worked 305 for a year.
I'll do tons of stairs.
And yeah, that was my baby for a whole year. And
I was 306 before the new 306.
So was I. I was there for like 4 months, and then I went to downtown. I went straight to 305. It was funny. This was a couple weeks ago. I was at a buddy's that lives in an apartment downtown, and I just stopped by. I don't remember what I was doing, but you don't forget that smell.
No.
There's just a very multiple cultures, multiple people, all their cooking, a little bit of their trash, all blended in with just a kind of a blanket of marijuana. And that's what a downtown loft or apartment smells like. At least the inner parts of downtown where we were. You walk in, it's just, you don't forget this. And it was like, for a second, I was like, oh man, it's like my old patrol days. Yeah, it's just like somebody's smoking weed on this floor. Someone's cooking on this floor. Someone's cooking food from a different country on this floor. And someone probably needs to do their laundry. And you put all that in together and
didn't
make
take
that
the
a
trash
candle.
out.
Yeah, put that in a candle. That's what downtown lofts smell like.
Yeah. So we're getting the weather. So here's what we're looking at for the rest of the week. Tuesday, it looks like we have a 98% chance of rain tomorrow with 70 degrees. Wednesday, a 92% chance, 73.
Back to 60s though, right?
Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, rain in the beginning of the day, so 90% chance with 74. Friday, cloudy all day with a chance of rain in the afternoon at 62.
There we go.
And Saturday, thunderstorms all day, 97% chance, 59.
Heck,
and Sunday,
yes.
rain all day, 80% chance with 54.
So rain all week.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna be able to mow.
no.
That's unfortunate because it needs it.
Well, it's going to get
Maybe
watered.
I should mow today. I don't want it to get water. I want it to die. All I do is just burn money cutting it.
I will say that's the one thing. It's when you go so where I was, you can see which neighbors have lawn and take care of them and stuff like that. And back home, that's really hard to do because
Yeah.
it requires a lot of water. Mm-hmm. And you can see the people that really want to try it, that really do a really good job.
And
The
those
people
that
that
just
do
say,
that
"F it."
okay, and then you see the ones that are like, I'm absolutely not going to
Yeah.
get grass at all.
See you later.
And so
Throw some rock
the best
down.
part is where I was. There's 3 neighbors, and all 3 of those are right next to each other. You have the person that takes really good care of their lawn and absolutely loves it. The person who's okay with it and happy to have grass but doesn't really care that much, and then the guy who's right in the end that doesn't want grass at all. And
Yep.
he's got gravel everywhere.
Yeah, it's like my neighbor. They moved in a couple of months ago, and their house is kind of. My neighbors aren't super close, but they're close enough to where I'm driving, I can see them, and it's just they had this sign. They had this sign in their yard that says, "Be patient, such and such native grass growing." I want to be like, that is. I'm just gonna say it's the hippie way of saying I'm not gonna mow my yard. It's just say, be patient. We have the natural grass. I'm like, no, just mow your yard. To their credit, they put a bunch of mulch and like these yard features down.
Yeah.
Not like ornaments, because that would be like gnomes and stuff. I'm like, come on, we're appreciating the value of my house here. But you have to go through my Golden Gate fence and the moat and the barbed wire, and then you would see my house. But no, the neighbor, they're cool.
The moat's new.
They drive a Subaru, so I kind of was like, yeah, they're probably into that lifestyle.
What's wrong with Subaru?
Come on, I'm just kidding. Subaru makes a great car.
They make a phenomenal car.
But a stoplight behind. But they just had a sign in their yard, and their yard is literally maybe 4,000 square feet. It's not very big, and that butts up to the fence, and then their house. And it's just weird. I live on a corner, so like it's corner lot, and I have the bigger of the two.
You realize
chunks.
like 5 of my apartments could fit in their yard, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
maybe. I've never actually been inside. I've been like to it. I've never been inside. He's going to show me all the bodies you had stacked up in there. But it was just, it's like, please be patient while our native grass. That's just saying I'm not going to mow my yard.
I need to get you one of those signs.
Yeah, I would love that. Be patient while I don't mow my yard. Beatty, you're exactly right. 305 is sentimental. Something about the holidays that time of year that I really liked. Kept pretty much this time, and to where the best thing about that was downtown patrol. Roll the windows down, floor heat on, and just get the good, dirty downtown Kansas City smells. But it was like a cool, because it's overnight, so it's cold. There's never really a hot shift.
I just realized November starts next month.
It does.
I
start
gotta
next month.
I gotta get ready for
Next
our
week.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, you do.
Almost.
Santa Claus coop.
Santa Claus doesn't do Thanksgiving.
I know, but if Santa Claus did Thanksgiving, it'd be the way you do it.
That's
He
true.
like drives around throwing food out. He's like, ho, ho,
I don't
ho,
throw it.
Catch it if you don't.
Here's a piece of ham.
Yeah, here's a roll, thunk. But it's like Lambert's where they throw rolls. I've never been there.
What?
Squirrel brain today. Sorry.
Jeez.
Lambert's is a restaurant you go to where they throw the rolls at you, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. People of the
Never
internet.
been, so I don't know.
Neither have I. It's in like Branson. Somebody's been there. McFarland has
I
been
hear
dusted
Mariah
by
Carey
those.
already.
Actually, I did get beat by an STI back in the day when they made good STIs, but I had a 400 horsepower Mustang, and it was on the interstate, so he had me at cornering. Straight line speed, I would have blown the doors off of him.
I don't know. I had a buddy who had an STI and was pushing 550. That thing was quick.
Yeah, most people don't have a 550 horsepower STI. Speaking of Mariah Carey. Yeah, not the Mariah Carey songs.
Titan food reviews.
We thought about doing that.
We actually have thought about doing it before.
We need to do the other hot sauce. It's not very hot, but it's good. We need to do one that's hot for me because I feel bad I didn't do that one. But I've done it like
Nice.
5 times. I don't want to do it again. It's not fun. It does not taste good. It's just instant
It was
heat.
fine.
Yeah, after like 10 minutes of being hot.
We were fine with it.
Well, of course, it's not going to kill you. Justin, go back and look at the hot sauce challenge we already did.
Yeah, we did one.
I can't take credit. I didn't do it. It was
Me
hot
and
sauce
Mike
I
did
bought
it.
a long time ago. And I had it a couple times. And I've tricked my wife into eating it. And I've tricked some family members into eating it. and
She's
sneaking
tricked
it.
you.
Yeah, she's tricked me a couple times. Just eating the mozzarella sticks.
That's
I
why
go,
he brought it here, so she couldn't do it anymore.
It is still here at the office, but I just figured I'd have more fun with it here than I would at home because we got tired of tricking each other. Because it's just like, son of a bitch, and you just sit there for like 15 minutes. You're just like, this is miserable, and putting milk or water on doesn't. You're better off just sitting there and just dry bearing it. You know, maybe a little sips of water here and there, but
water doesn't help. Water makes it worse.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
But other than that, I think we're going to call it, guys. Thank you so much for everything. We appreciate everything you guys do. It allows us to continue to do this. It allows them to pick up the slack when I have to vanish.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much for everything. We can't do this without you guys. So thank you so much. Please remember hydration. Hydration starts the day before, not the day of. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care,
Stay safe.
guys.